The law of, the universal law of love. This one called Christ, he has many names, came here many lifetimes. He come in a lot of cultures, is the guardian of this law. We actually came from a universe called Oxen, and incarnated into the Pleiades, and from the Pleiades he incarnated to Earth, along with these other people that look exactly like you, like 144,000 people from this place to come in to help the evolution, to help to brighten the aura of Mother Earth. The only mission. So anyway, he talks about every time the masters came in, there was a change, there was an evolution that took place, a growth in humanity. So now what he's talking about is there's 4 ceremonies of the earth, of the human being. The first ceremony is picking up the robe. He calls it picking up the robe. They call this, the body, a robe. And I think the Andromedas, they call this body container, right? And some of my girlfriends, they call this body hunk. So anyway, this one called Christ, or Vichashaluta, he's known as Vichashaluta on this vibration. He talks about picking up the robe. And when you're born, it's harder to be born than it is to leave, see? Because you're coming in from a high vibration, very high dimensional level, and coming into 3D, you're going to leave so much out there, so much remembrances that you wished you would have brought in, that it takes your whole lifetime to retrieve. While you're here, you're trying to remember why you're here, what you're here for, what you're supposed to do, and where you're going to go. You know, you're always searching for, looking for something to remember. Who am I? Was I Cleopatra, Henry VIII? And you know, you're looking for yourself here, forever looking for yourself. So that is a ceremony to leave so much of who you really are out and about, just to be here, because you actually came because you loved this plane. You wanted to come back to help. Because with this law of love comes the bodhisattva, the vow that we will not leave this plane until all of humanity ascends. And that's a big job. Because the bodhisattva is the second messenger for this law of love. Now, the second ceremony is creating a child. Knowing that your vibration creates exact vibration, so when you're making love to create life, you bring in the highest energy that you have to bring the equal form of energy to Mother Earth. Because we need masters here for change. We need these little grandmas and grandpas to come back with the highest nature, highest form of energy possible. These little indigos and the crystalline children. Because the crystalline children, their bodies are forming with these stones, and these stones are in their bodies that we're taught to know as being a foreign object. But the stones are in each hemisphere of your brain. See, what that works is a clairvoyance, the other works as clairaudience. And also working with your pineal and your pituitary. Now if your pineal and your pituitary are not lined up, and if you're fighting with it because of your clairvoyance, you're not accepting your clairvoyance or your clairaudience, you're going to develop migraines. So to get that alignment back, the way to do it is just go outside, get some vitamin D, stare at the sun, and listen to the sun with your eyes. Listen to the sun with your eyes. Spend some time talking to the sun. The sun's going to talk back. You're going to find out, because the sun is our greatest messenger here. And of all energy that is on Mother Earth, the only energy that we need is the energy and the power of the sun. So remember, through that second that second law, when you create children, make sure that both of you are in a vibration that will bring in a master. Now the third ceremony is that ceremony of puberty. We need to get back when our children become men and women. They are going to come at that moment in time when they know everything. That's the generation gap. They call that generation gap. That's the time before that you need to hit ceremony. Then the Christ energies, the Christ consciousness energies with all the legions that work with will come in to help to guide your sons and daughters so they don't go outside of why they're here, because they're being taught to forget every day. It's good that we've gone out of that, but now we've got our own karma of helping our sons and daughters to get back into what we finally got out of. So puberty ceremonies are very important. Some tribes, 4 days for the young women. The women will get together, boom, 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 love up their new daughter, love up the new woman, teach them about the womanhood ways. Young men, they take them up on a hill, fast them, 4 days, 4 nights, no food, no water. And they start looking at life differently. The fourth ceremony is when you leave this robe, when you leave this body. Your body is going to be at a moment when it's not going to service you anymore. You're going to want to get out of this body. You're going to fight to get out of this body. Your relatives are going to probably try to keep you here and put them pads on you and shock the heck out of you. Put me in your wheel. Shock treatment. You forgot something. We're going to bring you back. So when you leave in here, so we've done this process hundreds, thousands of times already, leaving the body. So for those of you that can't remember, a little bit scared with that fear stuff, they said, here's like an example of what it feels like. He said, if you go to a pool, look in the water, dive in, but don't come up right away. Go down to the bottom and stand on the bottom and look up. Look up until you can't stand there anymore. So when you go through that air, that's what it feels like when you leave this body. So it feels real good. It's a natural form. So that's just an example. So picking up of the robe, creating children, puberty, and dropping this robe is those 4 ceremonies of love.
For more information on the next Star Knowledge Conference, call Alan at 818-661-7437 or go to starknowledgeconference.com.